Alright guys, we are back for another Dokkan battle video. So I'm going to do a fight taking Jiren into Trunks. I did the long video for Jiren, and it got very long because we took a lot of L's. Just kind of like the fights went bad, things went left, just had bad luck through a lot of the video. Jiren not really doing as much as I'd like in some of these fights as well. But, you know, there are still a couple of fights I'd like to take Jiren into, so that's what we're going to do right here. Again, this was not in the long video. Again, the video is almost 2 hours long, and we only got a couple of fights done. Okay, so we got double AGL Jiren turn 1, along with AGL UI Goku, huh? So, I mean, remember, the way this fight is structured is we're very quickly going to get into a situation here. Well, we could go all out right here, sure. So what we're going to do is we're going to kill Trunks instantly is what's going to happen here. But we could very easily enter into a situation where we could have maybe like a potential weaker character locked into slot 1. This Trunks fight, I mean, opening up with the locking like phase, the way this fight has in, you know, that STR Trunks phase, it can be pretty devastating. Like, it's actually a very tough thing to have to deal with, a locking phase so early. STR Trunks himself, the damage he deals is definitely not the craziest. He's not doing the craziest damage of all time, right? But what STR Trunks does have is, again, that locking. So if he locks a weak character right there in slot 1 and then insta-kills them, that certainly could, you know, definitely be an issue. Alright, one more? No, damn, okay, he survives with a sliver of HP right there. Alright, let's get TEQ Jiren in front of hits right here. No matter, well, I guess TEQ UI Goku would make the most sense to float off right here, because if he comes back and he's locked in slot 1 against STR Trunks. But I think it's probably better for us to try and get towards TEQ UI Goku's domain. So I'm gonna aim for that. I'm gonna leave TEQ UI Goku on rotation so we can try and, you know, make strides towards getting into his domain, rather than leaving Evolution Blue Vegeta on rotation. One major issue I've had with TEQ Jiren here is needing him to get hit. So he needs to take 3 hits in order to get a guaranteed additional super, which is a fine ability. I mean, I don't hate that. But 5 hits is tough. And that's what gets his active skill. In a lot of these fights, I find myself unable to get that done, which can be very annoying. Alright, let's get UI Goku in slot 1 right here. To be fair, this could, okay. There's a very good chance that Trunks just gets blown into hell right here. Having AGL UI Goku right into AGL Jiren. Maybe I should have transformed that Jiren, but I was thinking that we would just save the standby for the other one that might end up locked in slot 1. That was kind of my thinking with that. Although it's not like AGL Jiren would struggle mightily even locked in slot 1, right? Because remember, I mean, he's going to be a damage reduction character with guard, essentially, because he has true type advantage against Trunks. But, I mean, maybe it would have been better to just do the standby right there to get us into that full-power Jiren a tad quicker. We certainly could have done that. But I think we'll probably just pop the standby with this Jiren right here. Okay, well, actually, no, you know what? It worked out perfectly. Now, by the way, here we go. Again, it doesn't matter what happens. Getting hit is just always a major issue. This is just something I really frown upon. Like, when I saw Super EZA Goku Black's details, like, I knew instantly, like having to get hit is just a very annoying thing to have to deal with. Because you have no control over it. A lot of the toughest... Now, I mean, some people say, oh, but this guy's locking. But a lot of the hardest fights in the game right now lock. Locking is very prevalent in the 9th anniversary meta. It's not 1 fight. It's not 2 fights. It's not even 3 fights. A lot of major fights have locking right now. Because our characters... Remember, our characters have become so busted that they have to give the bosses mechanics like this, or else the bosses cannot compete. It's just true, because our characters are so good.
俺が出るようなつわものはもはやいない。
Alright, let's go ahead and take a look what we got here. So let's go ahead and give Jiren a bunch of orbs. We'll start getting him closer towards his transformation. One area where TEQ Jiren could be pretty useful in this fight right here. By the way, my Jiren is built full offensive. The reason I did this was to make him more effective and efficient against Goku and Frieza. That's my major, like, kind of like me structuring this guy's build was with the Goku and Frieza fight in mind, since there's the Universe 11 mission. Obviously, there's almost no Universe 11 characters, so I wanted to try and help TEQ Jiren not struggle with that damage threshold as much as possible. That was my thinking into making his build. So we could, you know, crit, which would ignore Trunks' massive defense, but remember, Trunks has that monster defense, right? Jiren, on his 18 key super, he actually does, let's make sure to get him the 24 key right there. Jiren, on his 18 key super, he has the, whatchamacallit ability. He massively lowers enemy defense. So that's going to be what, an 80% defensive debuff on Trunks? Like, that's actually going to be pretty effective right there. If we get an additional super for TEQ Jiren, you know, then we get the 50% defensive debuff. So that's going to be pretty good. We did not get hit 3 times last turn, though, huh? So we're not going to have the guaranteed additional super. The other thing that's going to be very difficult, and it's, I don't know, we're going to see it, like, in all the footage I get of TEQ Jiren, we're going to see it almost never, is him getting his extra 200% stats. It's just very, like, when we're just doing a run, it's very difficult to get the 200% stats for TEQ Jiren. So it's not something I think we're going to be seeing with any regularity, unfortunately. All right, let's see what we get right here. Okay, sure. Are we going to be able to... We're probably not going to finish Trunks on this turn, right? Yeah, no. Definitely not. All right. What about Vegeta? I could... You know what we could do is we could do this right here. Just get Vegeta a bunch of hits, get us closer. Hit that. UI Goku will finish Trunks for sure. I'm gonna need to leave Jiren probably in his stamina. Trunks, Vegeta took damage there? Huh. I mean, I guess Vegeta did not attack previously, right? So he hasn't had any buildup whatsoever. You know, because he does obviously build up both attack and defense when he actually does do attacks. I don't want him to finish because I'd like him... Wow, he actually did triple... Okay. Well, he's actually probably going to finish Trunks then, sure. We can leave. I guess we'll be okay because on this rotation right here, we have EGL Jiren in a standby. We could transform God Topo, sure. I'm gonna do... Alright, let's transform God Topo. I guess we could just put Topo in Slot 1, huh? Yeah, let's, you know what? We're just gonna kill right here. Well, I'm gonna use God Topo, and we're gonna use AGL Jiren standby as well. We can just pop both of these right here. No reason not to. Let's do it. Alright, so let's see Trunks. Yep. Not really too much of a shock right there. Look where Trunks is supering. We've seen that before. Alright, so let's put Topo in Slot 1 right here. Then we have TEQ Jiren go right there. Let's double check. So TEQ Jiren surely is going to double-digit tank, right? TEQ Jiren better double-digit tank. All right, Topo gets hit. That means Topo is stunned, unfortunately. The guaranteed stun right there. Okay. Topo, get some dodges in, brother. No? No? Can't do that? Sheesh. All right, Topo. All right, 16 million for TEQ Jiren. So we weren't able to get his 5 hits in, and we also were not able to even get his 3 hits in. Yeah, I mean, dude, that's... I mean, things, you know, this is why I call TEQ Jiren a potential man unit. I mean, I did not play this wrong or, oh my god, do some weird shit or something. Like, nothing like that happened. That way, like, we just jump in the fight, and it's difficult to get TEQ Jiren's buffs up. We weren't able to get hit 3 times throughout the course of the fight, so he didn't get his guaranteed additional super. If he had that, like, if he popped out 2 more supers, he could tank a little better there, but... just typically running Jiren, this is kind of how things go. I mean, this is also a fight, I guess, that you could say is bad for Jiren. Remember, I mean, any fight early on that has locking can keep Jiren from getting hit, but, I mean, again, we say that in the Goku and Frieza fight, and we say that in the Trunks fight, and we could say it in the, Orange Piccolo and Beast Gohan fight, and we could say it in the Supreme Magnificent Battle Beast Gohan fight. Like, yeah, there's locking everywhere. Like, that's the thing. It's not that, like, oh... like Jiren has this flaw in this 1 fight or this 2 fights. It's like this shit creeps up all over the place. So I don't know. He can be solid, but TEQ Jiren to me, he just was not built effectively enough, unfortunately. He's not horrible, but I mean TEQ Jiren, I mean he's certainly not as good as he should be either.